While Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and while the world seems to be drowning with flowers and chocolates and that cutesy couple pictures on Instagram and Facebook, to us is a stark reminder of being alone. I know one of the reasons why you're here is because it's Valentine's Day and you're all alone and you don't know how to deal with it. But let me tell you something. Being alone, it's not analogous to being lonely. It's a hard pill to swallow, but society has made us believe that if you're not in a relationship, then you are all alone. You're incomplete in yourself. And this is how we've been conditioned because we look at relationships, marriages, having family and kids. It's like the ultimate goal of life. This is something that you should strive for. But let's challenge that narrative today. So if you're all alone on this Valentine's Day, I'm going to give you some transformative ideas which will not just help you deal with this hype, but also thrive this Valentine's Day. So here comes number one. Stop romanticizing relationship, but rather start romanticizing yourself. Okay, first things first, I know that society has made us believe that relationship is the ultimate joy and happiness in life. You know, one of my clients came up to me saying that my friends have been making fun of me because I don't have a relationship, and they say once you will have a relationship, you will be happy, you will be good, you'll be successful. So think about how we're tying our other areas of our life to relationship, that if I have this is only when I'm going to be happy about other things in my life. We have to understand that relationship is a part of our life. It's not whole. In fact, Dr. Sonja Lyubomirsky says that relationships can boost happiness. About 50% of your happiness comes from genetics and 40% comes from the intentional actions. That is your mindset, your habits and your choices. So here's the most powerful exercise I want you to do. Instead of saying that, why am I alone? Say that, what can I do to make my alone time more meaningful in my life? Because let me be honest, once you have a partner, you will have to let go of your own space, your own time, your own style of living, or you will have to basically dedicate a specific amount of your time to this person, or you might have to kind of alter yourself a little bit. So in that given moment, we feel as if, oh, you know what, I want to have my own space, my alone time. So why not try to make this alone time more meaningful? Pursuing some hobbies, doing something that kind of makes you feel fulfilled and something that piques your interest. So for today, how about you plan to go on a solo date by yourself? Take yourself on a coffee date, order your favorite meal, dress up, do things for yourself instead of always doing things for somebody else. Because only when you show yourself that you're worth it, you will be able to attract a partner who understands this concept, that you are worth it. Then comes number two, that is understand the neuroscience of solitude. Now you must be like, yeah, Valentine's Day hai, solitude ki kyun baat kar rahe hain hum? But let me tell you something. Did you know that solitude has a direct impact on your brain's creativity and problem solving abilities? In fact, a study from Harvard shows that periods of solitude activates the brain's default mode network, the part that's responsible for introspection, creativity and future planning. So how about you sit with yourself and ask yourself, okay, what do I really want in my partner? Because a lot of times we get in a relationship because we are alone. We get in a relationship because everyone has been asking us to do that. But instead, when you plan how you want your future to be, or what are some of the goals that you would want to achieve while you're focusing on yourself, can truly create like a good mind map for your upcoming future, for the foreseeable future. So instead, sit with yourself and ask yourself, okay, what do I really want in my partner? What are some of my non-negotiables? Instead of just rushing into a relationship or just being on Tinder and finding someone who can match me tonight, focus on going inward instead of going outward, instead of just getting affected by all that cute couple things which are there on the internet. I know it's easier said than done, but it's also the time for you to kind of change that narrative, change that conditioning that the society has kind of so much ingrained in us. So use this day to reflect on where do you want to be in your life? What are some of the things that you want to do? Create vision board. In fact, the best thing is you can also catch up with your friends, your family. You can also have that cute vision board Pinteresty meetup with all the friends in your life. And come on, we're living in 2025 right now, where there are so many single meetups that do happen in every single city. Why not take advantage of that? Instead of sitting and sulking about it, it's important for you to push yourself and do something that's gonna make you feel better. Because solitude is not an emptiness. It's a space where you can hear your own thoughts clearly. Then number three, using the reverse comparison. I know social media can be truly brutal on Valentine's Day, especially when you're alone, or maybe you just recently broke up with your partner. It can hit you really hard. Also, everyone seems to be like a perfect relationship, like a perfect couple on Instagram or any social media platform. But let me tell you, what you see on social media are just the highlights of somebody's life. No one shares the low lights of their life or their relationship. So here's the trick. Whenever you look at somebody, use a reverse comparison. Instead of saying that, oh, I don't have what they have it, look at your own life and ask yourself, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful to have in my life? For example, you're not compromising your freedom. You're not stuck in a toxic relationship. And you don't need to seek validation from somebody else. You are sufficient in who you are as a person. So see how changing that narrative can truly help. Then comes number 4, that is redefine love as energy and not just emotion. Now here's a thought. Imagine love is not an emotion, but it's an energy that you can cultivate and channelize. In fact, research on the heart and brain connection by the HeartMath Institute suggests that love and gratitude create measurable changes in your electromagnetic field, improving not just your mental health but also your physical well-being too. So I want you to channelize this energy. I want you to ask yourself, what do I really love about myself? What do I really appreciate about myself? Because sometimes this whole mindset and conditioning can truly cloud our judgment. It can cloud our belief system that, oh, in order for me to love myself, I have to have somebody who has to love me. So you often forget what are some of the great things you have as a person. In fact, you can create your own tradition, like every Valentine's Day, I volunteer here, I do these things, I do these donations. You know, it can truly help you feel so fulfilled, and it can drive and motivate you to do better in your life, because you know that the ultimate goal is not just about having a relationship, but something that is directed towards like a massive audience, towards society as whole. Because who says that Valentine's Day is about couples, or it's all about couples, or it's all about that love between two people? It could be about anyone. And also, Valentine's Day is not just about that one day where you showcase all that love and pour your heart through all the gifts and means, every possible care that you can shower on somebody. It's also about celebrating you and what do you love the most in your life. And last but not the least, if you feel that social media has been truly affecting you mentally and emotionally because of, your loneliness, try to change that narrative by, of course, doing things that we've discussed right now. But apart from that, you can also limit your social media exposure and interaction. Maybe for a day, just stay away from social media, but stay away from any triggers, because even studies show that excessive social media can create this sense of inadequacy or loneliness. So it's completely fine to give yourself that permission to unplug. Remember, you are not half waiting for someone to make you complete or full. You're full in yourself. You're complete in your whole self. There is no empty void or a space that needs to be filled when someone else will come in your life. So today, do something radical. Celebrate your wholeness. And remember, love starts with you and not with somebody else. So now tell me in the comment section, what do you plan to do today? I have also shared a few tips in the description box below. Make sure that you check it out. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel if you truly like this video. And I will see you next week very soon. Till then, bye-bye.